Before we get started, I just kind of wanted to give a disclaimer. These peppers are incredibly spicy, and when you prepare them, they generate a lot of fumes that are akin to pepper spray. So if you have any respiratory problems or anything like that, I would recommend that you skip recreating this hot sauce and just let me suffer personally. I care a lot about the VTubing community, and I don't want to see anybody get hurt. Um, so just let me do the stupid things, so you don't have to. All right, let's get on to the video. I can think of several ways to out Reaper, but this being a cooking channel, and most of those ways being illegal, I think that kind of narrows down our options significantly. Luckily, I think I found one that involves both Reapers and is harmful to at least one person's health. Before we get started, we need to make sure we're prepared. So, we're throwing on some safety equipment, i.e. putting on the same thing I do every time I leave my apartment during COVID. The reason we need this safety equipment is because we're making a hot sauce out of Carolina Reaper peppers, aka the world's hottest chili pepper. Here's what they look like out of their packaging, and true to their name, they look goddamn devious. We're going to try and remove the stem and seeds with a pair of scissors, which turned out to be a massive pain in the ass, so we're immediately abandoning that idea. We're turning a monkey using our hands, and that seems to be working a lot better. Now, I know what you're thinking. He's removing the seeds, the coward, but the heat in a chili pepper actually comes from the membrane the seeds are attached to, not the seeds themselves. Plus, they're bitter as all get out. And are we here to make a trash tier hot sauce like Tabasco? I think not. We're going to give the same treatment to some guajillo peppers, cutting them up into slightly more manageable pieces. After that, we're going to toast all the peppers in a pan over about medium-high heat for a couple of minutes. It's at this stage I started to question my life choices as my apartment began filling with noxious gas. Cosplayers, where you at? I took a quick break to open up all of the windows in my apartment, remove the peppers from the heat, and then steep them in hot water for around 30 minutes. We're going to be draining the chilies, but if you want to do a vinegar brine instead, you can reserve the steep liquid to thin your sauce. It can be kind of bitter though, and we're creating what's called a wet mash, so we won't be needing it. I'm going to toss all our peppers in a blender, along with 10 ounces of raspberries, 6 ounces of blueberries, and 30 grams of salt. Then we're going to give it about 15 pulses, creating kind of a chunky crimson mash. I'm then going to transfer the mash into a mason jar, cover it completely with some plastic wrap to minimize the amount of microorganisms and get in there and screw things up. Then weigh it down with a fermentation weight, or in my case a smaller mason jar lid that I happen to have on hand. Also, for the love of the one true God Matsuri, make sure you always label your ferment. We're going to store this in a cool dark place for about 10 days, burping it and checking for signs of mold every couple of days. That leaves us with a little bit of time to kill.
Knox and box, fox and socks, knocks on fox and socks and box, socks on knocks and knocks and box, box and
Alright, now that I finished embarrassing myself, let's take a look at the mash. And not a whole lot has actually changed. It's creeped up the jar a bit and you can see some bubbles are forming here. Luckily no mold, though even if there were a little on the top it ain't gonna ruin it. Now let's crack our Reapers and train it open and see what we're working with. Oh damn! I do not know what the underworld smells like, but this cannot be far off. Alright, well, now that the fun part's out of the way, let's check the pH. We're looking for a value around 3. Looks like we're clocking in at about 2.8, so we're perfect. Did I say the fun part was over? Because we gotta strap some gloves on and taste our mash. Okay, you can do this. Oh shit. That's actually really nice and fruity. Kind of a sweet and sour and oh fuck, there it is. Tastes so good. Tastes so good. Fuck. As delicious as that is, it's still a little chunky, so we gotta finish this out with a second round of blending. We're adding in a quarter cup of white vinegar and a couple tablespoons of this very lovely fireweed flower honey. Cause my girl Callie been spitting that hot fire. Ah, fucking just shoot me. That sensei, I'm ready. Getting back to it, I'm gonna blend it for a couple of minutes straight. Then I'm running it through a fine mesh strainer. Well, this is going nowhere fast. Okay, let's try some light spanking. That ain't really working either. So let's get even more aggressive with some, I'm gonna let you fill that blank in. This is a family friendly channel. Hey, it's actually working. Though this is starting to look more and more like the scene of a murder, so mission accomplished. Now all that's left is bottling the sauce. But it feels like something is missing. Every good hot sauce needs a good label, and seeing as this is basically an elaborate method of simping for Hololive, we better stay on brand. So here we have Shinigami Sheriff's Carolina Reaper sauce. I've also not so secretly been working on a second blackberry habanero hot sauce for the Takadachi Queen Ina behind the scenes. So we better slap a label on that one too. And there we have it, our finished products. 2 hot sauces suitable for an eldritch horror, or a somewhat reluctant dead. Thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please consider subscribing. Also, please check out the amazing artist who drew the artwork I used for the labels. Link should be in the description. If you haven't watched any of the Hololive girls, what the hell are you doing watching this video? Go check them out immediately. And of course, don't forget to take care of yourself. See you next time.